Hello. I'm Penelope. I'm Molly.
I'm Everly.
I'm London.
I am Courtney.
I am Molly.
I am Lily.
And I'm Benji. And today, we are going to talk about earthquakes. An earthquake is the sudden release of strain energy in the Earth's crust, resulting in waves of shaking that radiate outwards from the earthquake source. When stresses in the crust exceed the strength of the rock, it breaks along lines of weakness, either a pre-existing or a new fault plane.
The earthquake that killed the most people was the 1556 Shaanxi earthquake in China, which is estimated to have killed around 830,000 people. The devastating event was made worse by the region's densely populated, low-lying land, where many lived in cliffside cave dwellings that collapsed during the tremors. Florida and North Dakota are the states with the fewest earthquakes. Antarctica has the least earthquakes of any continent, but small earthquakes can occur anywhere in the world.
Molly, some dogs have been observed acting anxious, barking, whining, or trying to hide just before an earthquake occurs. Scientists think dogs might be able to hear high-pitched sounds or feel vibrations in the ground that humans can't detect.
There is no universally safest floor. The safest spot depends on the building's construction, and it is best to stay put and practice drop, cover, and hold on. Generally, being in the middle floors might reduce the risk of being trapped by debris, lower floors, or being severely impacted by swaying, upper floors. In a building with a soft story, like large open spaces on the ground floor with fewer walls, lower floors are significantly more dangerous due to the risk of collapse. But no one knows for sure, but scientists speculate that these booms are probably small shallow earthquakes that are too small to be recorded, but large enough to be felt by people nearby. Large sonic booms can be recorded on the seismic instruments and have led to some interesting observations. And that's easy.
But somehow, the hotels are replacing bathtubs with showers due to guest preferences for space and cleanliness, design trends, and the potential for cost savings and sustainability. Modern guests often prefer the convenience and luxury of a spacious shower over a tub, and a shower is generally easier and faster for hotel staff to clean. Removing tubs also saves on water costs, and many designs simply make more functional use of bathroom space. Oh my god, that's the dearest thing I have ever saw the entire life.
I agree with you, Benji. But sometimes earthquakes do live in California, so that way it'll kill people for fun. That's terrible. Benji, see how these people meet up with our big bro Chris? He is saying thank you to my besties in the bathroom.
See how Molly talks about his race is pretty fast, you know.
Oh yeah, I see that, Molly and Everly. He'd rather win and unlock more courses.
So, if it is observed that the animals become particularly active in the middle of the day, when they are usually rather inactive, this may be an indication that an earthquake is about to occur. How animals sense coming earthquakes has not yet been conclusively researched. Everly, the four main types of earthquakes are tectonic, volcanic, collapse, and explosion earthquakes, categorized by their cause. Tectonic earthquakes are the most common and are caused by the movement of tectonic plates, while volcanic earthquakes are linked to volcanic activity. Collapse earthquakes result from the collapse of underground caverns or mines, and explosion earthquakes are triggered by human-made events like nuclear detonations. The deadliest earthquake in history was the 1556 Shaanxi earthquake in China, which killed an estimated 830,000 people. This catastrophic event was caused by a magnitude 8 earthquake that struck a region where most people lived in caves carved into soft rock cliffs. See, all of these earthquakes were in the whole planet? Yes. They are lines of Ring of Fire in California. So then, the Ring of Fire include the 1960 Valdivia, Chile earthquake, / 9.5 / magnitude, the 1964 Alaska earthquake, / 9.2 / magnitude, the 2011 Japan earthquake, / 9.1 / magnitude, and the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake, which caused a devastating tsunami. Other examples are the 1906 San Francisco earthquake and the 2010 Chile earthquakes. But the Ring of Fire has been the setting for several of the largest earthquakes in recorded history, including the Chile earthquake of 1960, the Alaska earthquake of 1964, the Chile earthquake of 2010, and the Japan earthquake of 2011, as well as the earthquake that produced the devastating Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004.
90% of the world's earthquakes occur here by Nikita Gumo. Approximately 90% of the world's earthquakes occur along the Pacific Ocean's Ring of Fire, a horseshoe-shaped zone where tectonic plates meet. This region is characterized by high seismic and volcanic activity due to frequent plate collisions and subduction zones. Florida and North Dakota are the states with the fewest earthquakes. Antarctica has the least earthquakes of any continent, but small earthquakes can occur anywhere in the world. So, the Ring of Fire was a part of this earthquake.
See, that's the plan. There is no way to predict exactly when a big earthquake will occur, but some signs can indicate an increased risk of one. These signs include small, preceding tremors called foreshocks, unusual animal behavior, and changes in ground or water levels. While these can be indicators, they are not always followed by a major earthquake, making precise prediction impossible. And yes, some of these animals can sense earthquakes minutes to seconds before humans can by detecting the initial, faster seismic waves, P waves, that humans cannot perceive. However, the idea that animals can reliably predict earthquakes days in advance is not supported by scientific evidence, though anecdotal reports of unusual animal behavior before quakes exist. Animals may also be sensitive to other pre-earthquake signals like low-frequency sounds or ground vibrations.
While snakes don't predict earthquakes in a way that is scientifically reliable for humans, they do exhibit unusual behavior before seismic events, which is thought to be due to their extreme sensitivity to vibrations, changes in the Earth's magnetic field, and temperature. Their ability to sense these pre-earthquake signals from a distance is a focus of ongoing research, and there are anecdotes from various regions, such as China, about using snake behavior as a potential warning sign. But then, that isn't unusual. Animal behaviors reported before earthquakes include restlessness, frantic movements, and leaving homes or habitats. Examples include dogs barking incessantly, cats hiding, snakes becoming active or moving to higher ground, and birds flying in disoriented patterns. While many anecdotal accounts exist, scientists are still researching a definitive link and whether these behaviors can be used for reliable prediction. And that's all we've got. Wow! Some of those fiery magma lavas can cause earthquakes and make the volcano shakes through the ground. Oh my god, what a horrible day to hear. People will get stuck through that stinking crust lava.
Me too. There's gonna be a fewer rising lavas will do the shake of the earth. Wow, that's going to be very, very horrible. So these dogs can sense when you're sad and crying, recognizing the change through a combination of your behavior, voice tone, and scent. They are very perceptive and often respond with comforting actions like cuddling or licking, though some may become restless or give you space if they feel stressed or unsure.
Great on that, Courtney.
No. These earthquakes can shake San Francisco, California. People will get killed if they don't go there.
Yes. The earthquakes can see the signs of a snake's presence include spotting shed skin or droppings, hearing strange noises like hissing, noticing unusual smells, and seeing winding slither tracks in soft soil. Other indicators are holes in the ground that snakes may use as burrows, a sudden decline in the local rodent or frog population, and changes in the behavior of pets. Most of all, the 777 rule for dogs is a puppy socialization guideline that suggests exposing a puppy to 7 different experiences in each of 7 categories by the time it is 7 weeks old. This rule helps socialize puppies by exposing them to a variety of locations, people, surfaces, toys, challenges, dishes, and car rides to build confidence and prevent fear-based behavioral problems later in life. And that's all.
Me too. They're no snakes. Snakes doesn't chase people if you run, this is a myth. Snakes are not interested in humans and will generally try to retreat and escape if given the opportunity, as they see humans as a threat, not prey. What may be misinterpreted as chasing is often a snake trying to escape to a safe spot, and it may coincidentally move in your direction or across your path as it flees. But this U.S. state is completely free from earthquakes, but several have very low earthquake activity. States with the fewest earthquakes include Florida, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Even in these states, seismic waves from earthquakes in other regions can be felt. And that's all been true of those thoughts. Magmas could be very dangerous, that the people will be dead.
Right on London. The common kite is a nocturnal snake, most active during the night when it hunts for prey and moves about its environment. During the day, it remains inactive and hides in concealed locations such as rodent burrows, termite mounds, or under debris.
Of course they do.
But somewhere, the 333 rule is a guideline for adopting a rescue dog, suggesting it takes 3 days to decompress, 3 weeks to learn your routine, and 3 months to feel secure and truly at home. This framework helps new owners set realistic expectations and provides a plan for adjusting, focusing on patience, consistency, and positive reinforcement throughout the transition. It's a helpful guide, but the timeline can vary for each individual dog. But the largest fault line in the U.S. is the San Andreas Fault, a 746-mile, 1,200 kilometers, system in California that forms the boundary between the Pacific and North American tectonic plates. While the San Andreas is the largest by length, the New Madrid seismic zone in the central U.S. is a prolific source of interplate earthquakes and could have a more widespread impact if a major earthquake occurred.
Oh. They do. Megathrust earthquakes are the strongest type of earthquake that occurs in subduction zones, Fawzan explained. He said tectonic plate movements in these areas can cause energy buildup that, if released suddenly, could trigger a massive earthquake and tsunami. Dave Snyder at the United States Tsunami Warning Center adds, in port, a ship would likely feel an earthquake of significance. Passengers and crew might experience shaking or rolling if the boat is docked and has a semi-rigid connection to the land. With a score of 36.2 out of 100, with higher scores indicating a better safety rate, Louisiana was ranked as the least safe state in the U.S. Next came Mississippi, which received a score of 36.77. Texas was ranked the third least safe state with a score of 38.14, and Florida came fourth with 38.67 points.
See what Everly's talking about. The many snakes can climb walls, especially rough and textured surfaces like brick, stone, or wood. They use their flexible bodies and specialized scales to grip and maneuver over these surfaces. Some species, like rat snakes, are particularly adept at climbing to find food or access different areas of a building. Los Angeles is at risk of an earthquake due to its location on the San Andreas Fault. The fault runs through California and marks the boundary between two tectonic plates constantly moving against each other.
I do, Penelope. Los Angeles, or LA, is one of the most well-known cities in the world. Hollywood stars, the TV and movie industries, and gorgeous beaches all make LA a popular vacation spot. Check out our guide below on what makes Los Angeles famous.
In the highly populated areas of Northern California and the Bay Area, scientists estimate there is a nearly 3 out of 4 chance of 1 or more magnitude 6, 7 or greater earthquakes striking the San Francisco region in the near future, and a 95% chance in Northern California overall, with the earthquake risk spread.
Me too? They rather know if they're hot out there.
You said it, Millie. They'd rather hid inside the houses.
Seems those people were hiding underneath these tables.
They do.
Well, some animals can sense earthquakes shortly before they happen by detecting seismic P waves, but they cannot reliably predict them days in advance. While anecdotal evidence suggests animals behave strangely before quakes, scientists have not found consistent, reliable pre-quake behavior that can be used for prediction. Animals may be able to sense the initial, faster P waves that humans cannot feel, or detect other pre-seismic signals through heightened senses like hearing or touch. But during the shock the birds began to leave the roost, and rose slowly in ascending spirals above the trees to a height of about 140 feet. They then descended slowly and settled noisily in the roost. Thereafter, throughout the minor shocks, they showed no sign of disturbance. Some dogs have been observed acting anxious, barking, whining, or trying to hide just before an earthquake occurs. Scientists think dogs might be able to hear high-pitched sounds or feel vibrations in the ground that humans can't detect.
Disturbance? That's terrible!
While snakes don't predict earthquakes in a way that is scientifically reliable for humans, they do exhibit unusual behavior before seismic events, which is thought to be due to their extreme sensitivity to vibrations, changes in the Earth's magnetic field, and temperature. Their ability to sense these pre-earthquake signals from a distance is a focus of ongoing research, and there are anecdotes from various regions, such as China, about using snake behavior as a potential warning sign. Oh, a dog can sense a storm from miles away due to its superior hearing, sense of smell, and sensitivity to atmospheric changes. They can hear the low-frequency rumble of thunder from a long distance, smell ozone and rain in the air, and detect drops in barometric pressure before humans can. Some dogs are also sensitive to the static electricity that builds up before a storm.
Birds have gone quiet primarily because nesting season is over, and they are focused on molting, which is when they regrow feathers. During molting, it is energetically costly and can make them less mobile, so they are quieter to conserve energy and avoid predators. Other reasons include preparing for fall migration and the absence of predators. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe if it is observed that the animals become particularly active in the middle of the day, when they are usually rather inactive, this may be an indication that an earthquake is about to occur. How animals sense coming earthquakes has not yet been conclusively researched. That's a great idea.
The whole thing? What a crazy thing it here, Penelope.
See, these people are in here? Yes. The ones that your presence can go a long way in calming your pet. If they like to snuggle or be petted, stick close and offer comfort. You might also consider a snug-fitting anxiety wrap or thunder vest, which can have a soothing effect on some pets. See, many anecdotal reports and some studies suggest dogs bark or exhibit other strange behaviors before an earthquake. Some dogs may also become restless, anxious, or try to hide. It is believed they can sense the tremors from underground rock movements or other changes that humans cannot, often giving them a few seconds to a minute of warning, sometimes even longer. However, reactions vary, and not all dogs will bark. Some may become quiet, while others might not react at all. But right now we're talking about these while earthquakes cannot be precisely predicted. Potential signs include unusual animal behavior, small tremors called foreshocks, and changes in water levels or gas emissions. Other possible indicators that are less reliable include ground deformation and reports of strange lights, like earthquake lights. Rats, weasels, snakes, and centipedes reportedly left their homes and headed for safety several days before a destructive earthquake. Anecdotal evidence abounds of animals, fish, birds, reptiles, and insects exhibiting strange behavior anywhere from weeks to seconds before an earthquake.
So here's the deal. Many 2 whole hours before a large earthquake, the ground seems to move, infinitesimally and without causing any shaking. A new study shows this movement, known as an aseismic slip, may be a potential pathway toward predicting damaging quakes before they happen, the researchers say. When that happens, we call the new, largest earthquake the main shock, and we call all the earlier earthquakes in the sequence for shocks. Observations show that the chance of an earthquake being followed by a larger one nearby and within a week is about 5%.
There is no single animal has been definitively proven to sense earthquakes first, but many animals show unusual behavior before one occurs, with some potential candidates including snakes, centipedes, rats, and cats. These animals may be more sensitive to the initial P waves, primary waves, or other subtle environmental changes that precede the larger, more destructive waves that humans can detect. But they seek shelter. When thunderstorms and tornadoes approach, many birds will hunker down in dense shrubs, tree cavities, or under overhangs and eaves to stay out of wind and rain.
I understand. During a tsunami, most sharks swim to deeper waters to escape the chaos, as they are less affected there and the violent surface waves only form near shore. Some smaller sharks or those near the coast might be swept inland by the force, where they can be stranded, injured, or killed by debris, though the chances of them surviving to hunt people on land are extremely low, contrary to movie portrayals.
See, that's easy. When a hummingbird hovers in front of you, it is likely being curious, assessing you as a potential threat, or protecting its territory. It may also be investigating a new object or even politely asking for food if you have a hummingbird feeder nearby.
Good job there, Everly. They'd rather do that all the times. But unfortunately, they were being nice to their nice animals in the world.
I do. Thank you.
So right now, the dragonflies and certain birds like grebes, loons, and swifts are examples of creatures that can fly but cannot walk. Dragonflies' legs are adapted for perching and catching prey, not walking, while grebes, loons, and swifts have legs positioned too far back on their bodies or weak feet, making them clumsy on land.
Great job, Penelope. I look at the animals when I was 4 years old at the field trip to the zoo safari camp. So anyways, we hope you have been enjoy the earthquake Q and a video. Please comment down below as you've seen this video about earthquakes. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.